This is a sustained partnership that we are creating with Cultural Rebound and Moya, and we'll continue to ask for their support and their guidance for us to push ahead. A lot of mistakes will be done. We're trying to make sure we reduce the number of mistakes that we'll be doing along the way. But we'll continue to seek their guidance. And CDN would also be hosting the Cameroon Advocacy Group made up of experts from this around the US. And some of you will be called to also take part in those sessions and maybe speak. So make sure that as you go tonight in preparation for tomorrow, you read the resolutions that have been passed before.
Shared in the group.
It's been shared in the group. We'll share more. I think there's 7. We'll share about 4. Make sure you read them. You may be talking to somebody who co-sponsored one of those resolutions, so you build on that. And remember the Leahy law. When you want to talk about human rights, recognize that she played a vital role in ensuring that that law was applied in Cameroon to reduce security, limit security assistance to Cameroon. The B. And so let's make sure we leverage everything that has come from the Hill in our favor, and even challenge the senators when they start challenging us like the senator did or the rep did, using their own tools that they created for Cameroon.
Thank you.
Let me just maybe close. Moya, go ahead.
I'm just going to say thank you, colleagues. As Open Society Foundations, we are proud to have partnered with CDN. In my role working as an advocacy advisor focusing on U.S. foreign policy, I especially appreciate the role of the African diaspora. As you know, with the USAID being cut, African diaspora will be there with or without some financial support, with or without USAID, with or without, we are already providing that humanitarian assistance to our country. So we remain the standing voice for our communities. We straddle the line, be a voice for your communities, but also, hold U.S. government. You're a taxpayer, so you have a right to hold the U.S. government accountable. I know in our home countries, engaging with the government is not something that comes naturally. So that's the reason why we're having these capacity building advocacy trainings, where you understand the U.S. government, you understand what you can ask for, you understand what is possible. I hope this is the beginning of many engagements. I also expect you to go into your communities and also educate your community members. If we had more resources, we'd then go into your communities and also, hold these kind of trainings. It's an ideal, and I'm hoping, and I actually am especially pleased to have partnered with Cultural Rebound. And I'm really grateful this came together. I asked them very last minute, and they came through. They delivered well beyond my expectations. They did an excellent and tremendous job, and I'm extremely grateful, and I'm hoping, as I've said to them, that this is not the beginning. This is not the end. It's definitely the beginning of our continued engagement. Then one other thing that I ask is, on our own, as individual countries, the numbers are small, but as Africa diaspora, our numbers are bigger. So you had your Congolese colleagues that were in here earlier, the Tanzanian colleagues. There's no point in me mentioning which countries are on fire on the continent. There are so many. We've got challenges in so many. So use your voice, yes, to speak on Cameroon. I know it's overwhelming and it's a lot to speak on your country, but if you find time to go to a protest, let's say, for example, a Tanzanian protest, go and show your brother support, your sister support. Tweet, even if it's just follow Liberators, find other African accounts that you can also follow and amplify that message. We have to stand united, especially in this current environment where we have fewer champions. We can't expect people to tell our stories if we ourselves are not telling our own stories. So once again, thank you to CDN. It's always a pleasure to partner, and then to Culturally Bound team, much gratitude.
Okay, well, thank you all for giving us the opportunity. I want to just leave you all with a few things. We didn't get to do the next steps in planning, but what we will do is put some resources in the portal. That portal is for you all to be able to continue to talk with each other as people who attended this particular workshop. It is closed off to other people. Only the people who attended can be added. So we need to add you and make sure that you have access since you came in today. We just need your email address and you can give it to Maria. But use that as a space to get all of the resources and tools, the documents that you all have worked on. Some of the drafts are in there. And we're going to give you all the papers that you wrote on, just in case there's some people who like paper and to be able to touch things, and some people don't like virtual, just as you're finalizing and completing your things tonight. I just want to give you all a couple of quick things to remember. The legislation. One of the most important things that you will be talking about going on the Hill. And so in your generic talking points, you need to just make sure that you have one on legislation. 2, this was kind of a trick exercise, as Muya said, we did above and beyond. Knowing that you have in your back pocket a talking point for each particular senator or congressman is great. But you spent a good amount of time working on the generic talking points, and those can be finagled with anything. You just put Senator Booker in front of the 3rd generic talking point. Senator Cornyn in front of the 4th generic talking point. If you get audience to have even more time and you have that really, really specific talking point that you made for Cory Booker or for Senator Cornyn, then that's an extra plus and a bonus. But you should really be proud of the work that you've done to craft, refine, and get your message across in the generic talking points, because those will be critical for you all to use. Next, timeline. I believe Muya said it and then Lillian said it as well. You'll need to craft an actual timeline of the next steps that you want to do. One of the very first things that should come out of here, and while we talked about it, we didn't get to craft one, is a press release, tweets that are generic, that talk about not just this training, but then the meetings that you're gonna have tomorrow. Members of the Cameroonian diaspora from across the nation met with multiple senators, congressmen, and advocates and lawmakers on the Hill. Boom, that's it. It's 2 sentences. Don't overthink it. Say what it is, not what it isn't. What did you do? I kept asking you, what are you going to do? I did this. I went and had meetings with lawmakers. Full stop. Make sure that you are talking about the work that you're doing and why it's important to celebrate your success. Your coming here is a success. Your getting these meetings together is a success. Your sitting in those meetings together is going to be a success. Just making those little milestones along the timeline. They don't seem like a big thing. You're not seeing the full gamut of it maybe coming out, but it takes how many ants to make an anthill? Every one of those little itty bitty steps gets you to a bigger issue. And then pace yourselves. You all are not at the finish line yet, but you are where you need to be. So just give yourself and manage expectations. Be realistic. I've been doing this for 20 years. Working on defense and development policy. I left some of my policies in the Obama administration, and I came back to find it still sitting in the same place, but I picked it up and I kept carrying it, and we got it done. So pace yourself and be patient with yourself. Lastly, reputation, reality, and resolve. Your reputation is important. As a group, as CDN, as I think Lillian and Judith said yesterday, you're coming back and you're rebuilding relationships, you're rebuilding who you are, you're getting people to know who you are again. You may have to encounter some of that. Some people may say, aren't you that group that was doing stuff that nobody wanted to meet with or whatever? Don't let that offend you. Just say, we've regrouped, we understand where we've had some weaknesses, and we've come back to try and make sure that we are a more cohesive, more coordinated unit that is going to be doing work, and we still care about the same issues. Your reality,